Hi guys, back again. Hopefully, I have no idea what happened there, so hopefully it won't happen again. Hopefully you're all going to log back out and back in and see where we go. Anyway, yes, as I was saying, yeah, I don't like to, in these sort of situations, I tend to use tapping as a confidence thing, but obviously it can be used for lots of different things. All right, so as I said, tonight we're going to look at the continue kind of looking at the who drives your bus and just give you a way of feeling like you've got sort of some control. You know how we often feel really like there's a lot going on and you're totally overwhelmed and just feel a bit out of control. So we're going to have a look at that. Oh, good. Natalie can see in here. Good. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Those of you that were on a minute ago, I have no idea. My laptop just totally said, nope, that's it. We've got no wireless and I'm not talking to anyone. So let me just have a drink. Okay. All right. So tonight we're just going to look at the who drives our bus. So I want you to kind of think of what's going on in your life and where your bus is headed and what you'd like to do. And hi everyone, what you'd like to do and where you'd like to go on your bus. So yeah, just imagine the bus is on the journey of your life and where would you like to go at the moment? Where would you like to go that you're finding hard to get direction to and finding hard to work your way to? So if you'd like to jot that down on your pen and paper, which I know you've all got handy, just have a think for a couple of minutes about what it is you like and where you'd like to go. I'll just have another sip of water. It's really hot in Tassie today. I don't know how you guys are all going with the fires on the mainland because we've got, like, it's quite smoky here, let alone, and most of the smoke's coming down from the mainland. So it must be just dreadful for the rest of you. Absolute sympathies and hugs. So, okay, so hopefully you've had a think about where it is that you're going. Now I want you to have a think about what do you think is stopping you? Why can't you get where you need to go? Is it you? Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear, but my dogs are just, my neighbours are doing something. I live on 20 acres and my neighbours next door are riding around on their quad bikes, rounding up their sheep, and my dogs are just like going nuts. Anyway, so what's stopping you? Is it you? Do you feel not confident enough? Do you feel like overwhelmed? Do you feel too old, too young, don't know enough, not experienced enough, not whatever it is, not I don't know, happy enough, not confident enough, not able to put yourself out there? So what is it that has slowed you down from getting your bus moving in the right direction? So I want you to just jot that down. So, all right, we will do some tapping on the way through, but this is kind of what we're going to do tonight. So we'll just do a little bit of tapping now just to sort of get us a bit centered and here and focused, and then you guys can, if something else crops up about your life and what you think the problem is, jot it down. Okay, so those of you who haven't done tapping before, basically we tap very gently on some certain points of our body. We generally start with the karate chop point. Don't worry about finding the right spot. You're automatically going to hit the right spot for you. I usually tap with a couple of fingers. You can tap with one. You can tap with several, just fairly lightly, what's comfortable. So we tap here on the karate chop point. We will tap sort of here where your eyebrow point is. And then the side of your eye, just sort of, again, you're just going to hit where it's comfortable and pretty gently. And then under your eye, sort of just under the cheekbone. under your nose. This point is called your chin, but it's really this cleft in between. Collarbone, and again, it's where you feel comfortable. I tend to use like quite a few fingers for my collarbone, and you know, just tap where it's happy. Some people tap under the arm. I generally don't, just because I kind of feel it's a bit of a stretch. And top of my head, top of your head. Okay, so there are your points. So basically what I say, you just repeat after me. If you have a better word than the word I'm using, then feel free to use that word. Yeah. Okay. Even though I don't feel centered, I deeply and completely accept myself. No, I don't feel centered today. I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I don't feel centered, I deeply and completely accept myself. I feel a bit scattered and I'm not very focused. I feel a bit scattered and not focused. There's a lot going on today. My brain is really active. There's a lot happening. My brain is going flat out. My brain is going flat out. And I don't feel connected. Don't feel centered. And I don't feel ready. I don't feel centered. I don't feel focused. I don't feel ready. I don't feel centered. I don't feel focused. I don't feel ready. My brain's going flat out. My brain's going flat out. My brain's going flat out. But I'm here ready to go. I'm going to try this tapping stuff and see how it works for me. I'm going to try. My brain's starting to slow, starting to feel focused, starting to feel ready to work on me, starting to feel calm, starting to feel focused. My brain's slowing down so it can concentrate on this, so I can focus on this, so I can be present. Starting to feel present, starting to feel focused, starting to feel calm, feeling like I've got it together and I'm ready to do this. 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 Okay, everyone sort of check in, see how they're feeling. Hopefully even just that little bit, you're starting to, your brain has just sort of settled a little bit, and you're starting to think about what it is we're going to work on. So yeah, so have a think about, if nothing came up before, what is it that you want from your life? Where do you want to go? That what path do you want to take that you're not on at the moment? Let me just have a drink. And you may well be on the path, but maybe you're not moving as fast as you'd like to. So what's stopping you? Where's the speed bumps? Where's the detours? Where's the hold-ups? So while you're thinking about that, and as I said last week, we talked about who's driving the bus. So your life's the bus, and it's on the journey, on the way. What is it that you want? How are you feeling like you're getting there? Too many stops, too much noise on the bus, too much speed bumps, too many detours, too many whatever, you know. And what are they? What is stopping you? Is it you don't feel qualified enough? You don't feel old enough? You don't feel young enough? You don't feel pretty enough? You don't feel capable? You feel overwhelmed? Worried people will laugh at you? you know, so many different things it can be. Okay, so once you've kind of hit on a couple of those, I want you to think about if you had to imagine your bus. You've got a lovely bus. Sorry, I'm just going to shift a little. Got a cramp in my foot. If you imagine your bus, who's driving your bus? Who is in charge of you getting to where you need to go? Okay, so probably this is kind of like some archetype stuff. Is it who's making the decisions on how fast, what direction? You know, are you going this way on your bus? Are you going this way on your bus? Are you like kangaroo hopping? You know, whatever it is that is not happening smoothly. Who's got the wheel? Is it, some people will think, hang on, this feels exactly to me like when I was a teenager and I wanted this stuff from life, but I didn't know how to get it and I was really confused and there was so much going on and I just didn't understand. And it was a really confusing time because all the rules to everything just changed and I just didn't know. So that might be who's driving your bus. It might be the teenage you, because that's kind of what it feels like. It could be the older you, the matriarch, being just too cautious, too careful, you know, or that might be the earth mother or the mother. You know, just be careful, take it easy, don't rock the boat, don't, you know, stay safe. So that person may be in charge of your bus and may be on the whole, like having control and having the direction. And it might be the inner child, the little kid who is probably a bit like the teenager and that doesn't have a driver's license, and you've got them driving your bus. They have no idea how to drive a bus. They can't even see out of the windscreen. And you've got that part of you controlling the direction in your life. So write down, if anyone wants to share, who do you feel is driving your bus? Often, personally, me, it's the teenager who kind of understands in theory how things are going to work, but in practice, it's a little bit overwhelming, it's a little bit daunting, it's a little bit scary as to what's going to happen and how it's going to work. And I don't have a driver's license, and even though I've kind of started to maybe learn to drive, I don't have I don't have it all together. And it could also be that all the people in the back of the bus who are the child and the earth mother and the, you know, wise old woman, or whoever it is, you know, it might be your mother in the bus with you. You can hear her voice, or your father, or, you know, sister or brother or an aunt, a teacher at school telling you, you know, you couldn't do it. Whatever it is, you know, those voices, or the passengers in your bus, they're sort of in the background, you know, chattering away while you're trying to drive the bus. And it's really distracting, and particularly if you've got the like the child or the teenager in control, because it's too much. It's too much. They can't quite. They don't really know what they're doing. So if you're trying to take advice on, you know, someone going speed up, someone saying slow down, someone's left, right, look where you're going, what are you doing? You know, all those things. It starts, your brain just starts to go, and then you don't really go anywhere. So what we want to do is work out who you want to drive your bus. Do you want, which you do you want? And if you don't have that you yet, if you could pick who could drive your bus, who would it be? Say for me, it might be I really want the professional, self-assured woman who is super confident and has like supreme confidence in their abilities. That's who I want in charge. You know, she's loving and caring and all those things as well, but she's just so sure of herself that it's just going to work out because she just knows it will. That's who I want driving my bus in my scenario that I'm thinking about in my head, which is, you know, making my business and whatever successful. So that's kind of what I'm drawing on here. If anyone else wants to share what they're thinking, feel free. Oh, okay, sorry, I've just suddenly got all these messages. There we go. Sorry, Belinda. You've got no idea at the moment who's driving. Maybe you don't have one, and that's what you need. Like, you know, there's no one. There's no one there. And honestly, you can't go anywhere without a driver. So, yep, thinking about who do you want in the driver's seat. It doesn't have to be you now. It can be, yeah, like an imaginary person. Like I said, I want the super confident businesswoman who knows what she wants, how to get it, and is like superwoman. Okay, that's who I want. Yeah, and I know that I might never get superwoman driving my bus. The part of me, you know, somewhere in there is superwoman, but she's not always super all the time. But, you know, if I'm thinking about my bus and it's all kind of imaginary anyway, might as well have the person I want driving the bus, right? Okay, so I want you to think about, we'll just do some tapping on, I'll just tap on what I'm thinking, and you just tap along. Your own brain is kind of going to go to what it is for you anyway. So if I'm talking about the teenager in charge, but in your case you don't have a driver, your brain will just go to, well, I don't really have a driver. And I'll probably start throwing multiple things out there. But, yeah, just follow along. Even though I'm not sure who's driving my bus, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I have no idea who's driving my bus, I deeply and completely accept myself. I have no idea who's driving my bus, but I deeply and completely accept myself. I want my bus to go forward, but it's just not. It's not going the way I want, or the speed I want. It's weaving all over, and stopping and starting, or just crawling along. It gets a bit frustrating because my bus driver, she has no idea, or very little idea, on what she's doing. She doesn't seem to be getting it together. My poor bus driver, she gets a bit lost. Not really sure how she got a license. Come to think of it, I don't know if she's actually got a license. She definitely can't drive. She's a bit erratic. She's a bit lost. A bit all over the place. And to be honest, she's a bit scared. She's a bit scared. She's a bit scared. She's scared because she doesn't really know what she's doing. She doesn't know what she's doing. She wants to go a bit faster, but she's really scared of that. She doesn't know how to drive. She doesn't know how to drive. I'm just going to swap hands. She doesn't know how to drive. She's a bit lost. Ah, Tanya's gone. One passenger she could let go of. Yeah, see. Anyway, we'll get to that in a sec. All right. This bus of mine has a strange driver, and it frustrates me. They're at the front of the bus. It's a teenage girl. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's got only a vague idea on how to drive, but certainly not how to drive a big bus. And there's passengers on the bus, and they're making so much noise, and they're criticising her, they're yelling at her, telling her to hurry up, telling her to be careful, telling her to hurry up, telling her to slow down, telling her to go left, telling her to go right, just lots of noise, and it all gets really confusing, and she's unsure. She doesn't know where to go. It just gets really confused. She gets a bit confused, and she gets a bit hurt. And it's so noisy. Just so noisy. So noisy. So noisy on the bus. So noisy on the bus. Okay, have a couple of deep breaths. Have a think about it. Sorry, I should have asked you before how stressed you were about your bus going all over the place. But hopefully that's just kind of started you focusing and thinking, and your sort of stress levels coming down, and your brain's just starting to slow. What we want to do, Tanya said she's driving a bus and she's come a long way, and there's one passenger she wants to get off. Generally, we try not to throw people off our bus, because, you know, they're probably on there for a reason. They're probably trying to something, but we want to really minimize their impact. So we're going to chuck them up the back where you can't hear them, and we're going to just, put them down the back where you can't hear them, can't see them. We're going to put, you know, some earphones on them, so they're just gone. They're just doing their own thing up the back of the bus, and we're just ignoring them, and we're going to keep on going on our bus. So they're one of those voices up the back that are telling you go left, go right, go faster, go slower, you know, look out, what are you doing? You know, they're your passengers. You might have one passenger, you might have 30 passengers. What we want to do is get one of those passengers is probably the right passenger for your bus. So you probably want to listen to one of them if you've got someone on your bus and you're not feeling like the right person's driving. So we want to work out who's driving. Who's driving now, which we kind of have just talked about. I want to think about who do you want to drive, which we kind of discussed as well. And everyone else, we want to just get them to have a conversation amongst themselves quietly up the back, so that the people, you know, we can move forward, and we're not kicking anyone off, and we're not they're nasty about it, but we just ask them to be quiet, you know. And at some point they might want to drive, and we might want them to drive, but not now. Not now. Okay, so we'll tap again for a bit, unless anyone. Oh, sorry, I've got to keep forgetting to scroll down. Yeah, so Sharon wants to take the steering wheel. So no, Tanya, you tap on all the points. So just follow me wherever I'm tapping. If you've got a really favourite point that just really feels great for you, just tap on that point. But yeah, like you would tap on all of them. Tanya wants her ex-partner off the bus. So we're just going to gag him, put him in a bag, chuck him up the back in the luggage rack, in the overhead compartments, if buses have overhead compartments. Yeah, does it make sense? So we're going to get there. Yeah, teenagers, are we there yet? Confused as to where she is. Yeah, like, you know, being a teenager's hard, so we really don't want them in control, you know, like, they're great fun. And when you want to be having fun and whatever, bring your teenagers out, let them have fun. When you want to, like, drive somewhere, you might not want them in control. Does that make sense? So for different situations, you want a different person driving the bus. So that's kind of one of the reasons you don't chuck everyone off. But if you've got, I suppose, someone who isn't you on the bus, this is kind of where it starts to get a bit weird. So you've got to kind of go with it a little bit. Some people as well start to visualize what their bus looks like. When I'm thinking, I'm guessing, because anyone I've ever done this with, when they start to talk about their bus, everyone has a picture in their mind as to what their bus looks like. Mine's kind of like a metro bus, Hobart metro bus. Sometimes it becomes a yellow American school bus, because I lived in America for a little while and I went to school there. So sometimes it's I have an American school bus. But someone I know who I've worked with, she had a double-decker red bus, you know, the English bus. So it probably depends on what bus So that kind of helps too. I just think particularly if you're a really visual person, picture your bus, picture the seats on your bus. Where's everyone sitting? So the teenager's driving, but the next one back might be the wise woman who, certainly has a place, but the wise woman and the teenager are probably going to they're not going to understand each other sometimes. Sometimes they will, but All right, so we may tap on our bus driver and, maybe we'll go, just trying to think, we're going to tap on our drivers, or we're going to tap on our passengers. I actually do know, this is kind of a funny story. I did this work with someone, and she actually had her grandson's toy bus, like a Matchbox car, toy bus with her. So, and she was struggling to focus and get to starting a business, and she had all the qualifications. She knew everything. She just didn't want to, she was finding it really hard to start because it was scary. Her grandson's bus was there, so she sat the bus on her computer monitor, and then when she was feeling like it was all overwhelming, she went and looked at her bus and even picked it up. So you're allowed to not have anyone on your bus. Do you want, I suppose what it is, yeah, Alison, I'm I'm just answering another question. Alison's asked like a psychic question. I'm not a psychic, I'm not a medium. Life coach and EFT tapping. So I kind of work on yourself. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, there. And Natalie's asking, what if no one's on the bus? I guess it depends. Who do you want on the bus? Because if you need someone, we'll stop and pick them up and check them on the bus. So that's it's the same thing as